Today's news highlights. Date March 18, 2025. News highlights. President Li Qiang proposed 17 national security measures to deal with the 5 major threats to the Chinese Communist Party. China's Ministry of State Security accused Taiwan's Information and Communications Forces of attacking and infiltrating and released information on 4 personnel, and Taiwan's Defense Department refuted the accusation as pointing a deer as a horse. The CCP said Taiwanese hackers had infiltrated critical infrastructure and invoked the 22 articles to intimidate them. Emphasizing the need to protect national defense cybersecurity, the ICT has criticized the CCP for undermining the international order and becoming a global troublemaker. Taiwan's security forces accuse the CCP of maliciously falsifying information in an attempt to coerce the people of Taiwan. News highlights. Former U.S. President Donald Trump confirmed that he will speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin on March 18 to promote a ceasefire in the war in Ukraine and discuss the division of territory and assets. The Russian side demanded that Ukraine remain neutral and not join NATO. Western countries proposed to send peacekeeping troops, but the Russian side strongly opposed it. For his part, French President Emmanuel Macron said that it was up to Kiev to decide whether to accept the peacekeeping force. Russia stressed that any peace agreement must include security guarantees and prohibit the presence of foreign troops in Ukraine in order to ensure regional stability. News highlights. Epoch Times reporter Eva Fu was awarded the 2025 Wilbur Award by the Council of Religious Communicators for exposing the CCP's atrocities of organ harvesting. The award recognizes outstanding coverage of religious issues in the mass media. Fu Eva's series of reports revealed that the CCP illegally harvested organs from imprisoned believers, which has attracted attention. She stressed that the CCP is trying its best to cover up this crime, but she will continue to expose the truth. The awards ceremony will be held in Salt Lake City, USA, in April, to recognize the coverage of 20 media outlets around the world. News highlights. Merida, 9,914, suffered a loss of 2.34 yuan in EPS in 2024 due to losses from non-industry investment, the first time since 2002, but it still paid 4 yuan in interest, showing confidence. The EPS of the industry reached 9.17 yuan, and the operation was stable. Juju, 9,921, was affected by the decline in inventory prices, and its annual revenue fell by 7.4%. Although inventory pressure still exists, the revenue growth in February exceeded 30%, and the market is gradually recovering. Lu Yongchang, chairman of the board of directors, expects that it will stabilize in the third quarter at the earliest. At the end of March, the bicycle exhibition will become a key weather vane and determine the future trend of the industry. News highlights. The U.S. federal government has made mass layoffs, causing a large number of civil servants to move to state governments or overseas development. Democratic-run states such as New York and Minnesota are actively recruiting, and Canada has shown goodwill to attract technology and medical talent. Republican states like Virginia are trying to retain manpower. The wave of layoffs has exacerbated the brain drain, especially among those in the medical and academic sectors, and Canada has streamlined its practice process to attract U.S. professionals. This human resources change may have a profound impact on the governance of the U.S. government and the international talent competition landscape. News highlights. NVIDIA's latest AI chip, GB200, will be mass-produced in 2025 and is equipped with the Blackwell architecture, which greatly surpasses the H100 in performance. At GTC 2024, Huang emphasized that the GB200 will be the core engine for generative AI. Unlike traditional servers, AI servers are optimized for deep learning and provide more computing power. Taiwan-related concept stocks such as TSMC, Honhai, Quanta, and other supply chains have benefited and become the focus of the market. News highlights. Taiwan stocks rebounded deeply on the 17th, rising 150 points to close at 22,118 points, but the legal person believes that it is a weak rebound. The reasons include the fact that the financing balance is still high, the short orders of foreign futures have not decreased significantly, the U.S. stock market is still in a downward trend, and the trading volume is sluggish. On the disk, weight stocks and military concept stocks are strong, but foreign capital is still oversold. The key to the follow-up is whether the NVIDIA GTC conference will drive AI confidence, as well as the impact of FOMC decisions and reciprocal tariffs. News highlights. Nintendo's upcoming Switch 2 has quietly shipped nearly 400,000 units to the United States, and a new product launch event is planned for April 2. It is expected that the global market sales will reach 8 million units in the first 3 months, which will bring performance growth to supply chain companies such as Hongzhun, Micronix, Wei Quandian, Zhejiang and other industries. New games and accessories are also expected to detonate business opportunities. Hongzhun exclusively assembled the Switch 2 and undertook the chassis order, becoming the biggest beneficiary. Although Nintendo has yet to announce the software debut, game developers are ready to follow suit, indicating that the business opportunities are huge. News highlights. U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent said the White House is working to prevent a financial crisis triggered by massive government spending over the past few years, but there is no guarantee that there will be no recession. He noted that despite the recent downturn in the stock market, a market correction is normal, stressing that the government's policies will help bring down inflation and ease the cost of living crisis. He also mentioned that the key is to implement good tax policies, deregulate and ensure energy security, and ensure that the United States remains on a sustainable path. News highlights in 2024, the average salary of employees in the 14 financial holdings will reach 1.591 million yuan, an increase of 10.6% over the previous year. Among them, Yuantag Gold surpassed CITIC Gold with an average annual salary of 2.022 million yuan, becoming the highest paid financial holding, and breaking the previous record, returning to the salary champion of financial holding employees. Other strong performers include CITIC Gold, Mega Gold, and Kai Fund, which ranked second, third, and fourth respectively. In terms of employee benefits, Yuantag Gold also topped the list, reaching RMB 2.313 million, demonstrating the positive impact of the growth of financial holdings on employee compensation and benefits. News highlights: Su Ziwan died in Tokyo on February 2 due to flu complications at the age of 48, and was buried in the Jinbeisan Rose Garden on March 15, and her husband Gu Junyi cried goodbye with ashes. The Rose Garden is the resting place of celebrities Teresa Teng, Gao Yuxiang, Coco Lee, and others are buried here. Teresa Teng Memorial Park Yunyuan attracts fans from all over the world to mourn every year. News highlights: a pit bull jumped out of the car and bit people twice on the 6th and 17th of this month, injuring the motorcyclist. Su Shalei, the son of the owner of the man surnamed Su, issued a statement apologizing, emphasizing that the dog was raised by his father and would cooperate with compensation and punishment. The North City government increased the fine to 200,000 yuan, and confiscated the dogs, in order to warn the owner to be responsible for management. News highlights: the personnel department of the Hsinchu County government said that Xingguang Elementary School, including the Simakas branch, in Jianxi Township, Hsinchu County, stopped going to work and classes for one day today, 18th, due to snow and snowfall. In addition, there was a landslide at 31K of the 60th line of Jianxi Township and Zhu due to heavy rain, and only one-way traffic can be carried out at present, and the Jianxi Township office has sent personnel to deal with it, and the police officers of the Hongshan branch of the Hsinchu County Police Department are on the scene to evacuate the traffic, and passers-by are requested to pay attention to safety. News highlights: Wilbur Pan has recently lost weight, losing 7 kilograms in a month, and his face has become sharper and handsome. He relied on playing tennis, drinking enough water, and eating a light diet to lose weight, and even quit instant noodles. Pan was proud of the special effects, and he was so thin that even the airport aunt exclaimed that the change was great. He expects to lose another 5 to 7 kilograms in preparation for the tour. News highlights: a little 4 girls in Taichung were mistakenly accused of theft by security when they visited S-Light bookstore a few days ago, and together with their mother and sister, they were brought back by the police for investigation, which later proved to be a new long, causing controversy. The girl's mother sued for preservation of false accusations, defamation, and freedom, and the lawyer pointed out that the most likely crime was the crime of obstruction of liberty, because it would be illegal to be placed in custody if she was not an active offender. The police took the person out of the scene without finding out, and the mayor Liu Zaihuan and the city police department both apologized and promised to review, and the police would face punishment. A similar enforcement controversy occurred last year, with the city council criticizing the city for failing to learn its lessons and demand that children's basic human rights be guaranteed. News highlights: a police officer surnamed Ye of the Zhongli branch of Daowen City was revealed on Douyin claiming to be "I am Chinese" in simplified characters, and also uploaded a police uniform with a picture of "I love the motherland," causing controversy and dissatisfaction among the Chinese people. The account Ling Yun Angelica has published a number of related posts between 2021 and 2024, and the sub-bureau has confirmed and said that the account is now closed, and its administrative responsibility will be investigated. The police stressed the need to investigate strictly to the end to avoid damaging the image and credibility of the police. News highlights: although Taiwan ranks high in the international evaluation of democracy and freedom, the democracy index has fallen for 2 consecutive years, showing the lack of effectiveness of the Taiwan authorities and the trust of the people, and as many as 1/5 of the people believe that dictatorship is sometimes better, reflecting a crisis of confidence in democracy. The confrontation between the government and the opposition and social polarization may lead to populist risks and become a hidden concern for democracy. News highlights: recently, the norovirus epidemic has heated up, and patients mostly have symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea and body aches. Dr. Blue Pigeon reminded that norovirus is transmitted through fecal-oral transmission, and the toilet seat may remain with the virus, which is easy to be contaminated by sliding mobile phones, and is afraid of winning the bid when eating. People should pay attention to hygiene and avoid sliding their mobile phones while using the toilet. News highlights: the large temperature difference between day and night can easily cause blood pressure to get out of control, so the doctor recommends combining 211 dinner plate and desha diet to effectively lower blood pressure. High salt sauces, irregular work and rest, and sudden changes in temperature can all raise blood pressure, especially in winter. A balanced diet and regular lifestyle, combined with medication control, can help stabilize blood pressure and prevent cardiovascular diseases. News highlights Taiwan Customs has clear regulations on the prohibition of imported goods, and the 6 categories of items prohibited in the past 1 year include meat, vegetables and fruits, plants, animal products, electronic cigarettes, and eggs and milk. Special reminder that meat and processed products need to be declared, fresh fruits and vegetables are not allowed to be brought in, unprocessed plant and animal products are also prohibited, and e-cigarettes and undercooked eggs and milk are also restricted. Before leaving the country, you should confirm the norms to avoid penalties for violations. News highlights the well-known actor Chuan Le, who once played the believer behind the venerable Chen Yuan in the national film Removing the Three Evils Around the World, was originally scheduled to participate in a special performance on the 15th, but he did not appear for a long time. On the 17th, the Cami Comedy Club confirmed that he died suddenly at the age of 32. Chuan Le has been working with the club for about 7 years and plans to hold a second solo show. Many people in the comedy world, such as Ken and Bon of Lark, spoke highly of his talent and lamented his passing. His performance style is unique, and although it is niche, it is well loved. News highlights the business district of Taipei Zhongshan MRT station is still being renovated, but some people found that 4 new super large zebra crossings were drawn in front of exit 4, which were very close to the original left and right. And the driver too, because there was originally a traffic light in this position, but now it has been removed, but many cars and motorcycles are still used to parking on zebra crossings, and if they are enabled later, they may be fined. News highlights NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmow were originally scheduled to fly on an 8-day mission to the International Space Station, but were forced to stay in space for up to 281 days due to problems with the Boeing Star Route spacecraft. SpaceX's Cheng Long successfully took over and brought them back to Earth, where it is expected to return on March 18. Exposed to microgravity for a long time, Williams said he would face challenges such as difficulty walking when he returned to Earth. The astronauts will undergo a rehabilitation program of up to 45 days to recover their physical condition and cope with psychological challenges. News highlights the Ministry of National Defense, MOF, has been conducting an immediate readiness exercise since March 17 and has countered the PLA's provocative actions. During the exercise, the CCP dispatched 59 sorties of military aircraft and 9 warships to carry out military activities, including 25 sorties that crossed the median line of the Taiwan Strait. The Ministry of National Defense released surveillance footage to show the intelligence monitoring capabilities of the Taiwan military, including the P-3C anti-submarine aircraft filming the flight of the CCP Swazhan-10 UAV, and the F-16V fighter monitoring the dynamics of the Attack-2 UAV. These drones have high-altitude flight and attack capabilities, and show that the CCP's military power continues to exert pressure on our country. News highlights Interior Minister Liu Shifang mentioned one country on the side of Taiwan and China in the DPP's policy briefing, triggering Kuomintang Taipei City Councillor Zheng Xiaoping to accuse Liu Shifang of being involved in internal and external disturbances. Zheng Xiaoping also responded to Fu Kunking's election campaign, emphasizing that the investigation has been under investigation for several months, and accused some people of using this to undermine the morale of the Blue Camp. Fu Kunking's small items are related to the War World Company, and the Taipei District Prosecutor's Office has launched an investigation and searched the relevant places. News highlights in an interview with the Legislative Yuan today, 18th, the Executive Yuan Zhou Rong responded to the anti-abolition of the death penalty and the anti-martial law referendum proposed by the Kuomintang caucus, pointing out that the two are actually contradictory. He stressed that the government had only recently carried out the death penalty, that the death penalty was legal in Taiwan, and that the issue of abolition of the death penalty did not exist. As for martial law, Zhou Rong stressed that only the Kuomintang has experience in martial law, and there is no possibility of martial law in Taiwan at present. He ridiculed Kuomintang Chairman Zhu Lailun, appealed to him to understand the problem, and hoped that the Kuomintang would put aside its anxiety and prejudice and stop pushing such issues. News highlights Peng Cha-Cha debuted for 40 years, from guitar folk songs to restaurant shows, and then to the host of Admiralty. He has experienced ups and downs, and has gone bankrupt due to financial problems in making movies. He admits that he is too self-righteous and does not value money, and has come to this point. Despite this, Peng regained his confidence after the Chinese New Year's Eve special on China TV, and saw his hosting and screenwriting work as proof of his ability. Despite still being in debt, Peng Cha-Cha worked hard and was looking forward to the upcoming Sapphire Grand Cabaret concert. News highlights South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol was impeached and suspended, and supporters used anti-China issues to launch protests that have been going on for more than a month. During a trip to South Korea, artist Ye Yeo took free food and took photos when she passed by the protest site, causing dissatisfaction among Korean netizens and criticizing her for not respecting the nature of the event. Ye Yeo deleted the article in an attempt to calm the turmoil, but there were still Taiwanese netizens who accused her of eating and drinking and demanded an apology. Anti-China protests continue in South Korea, affecting tourism in some areas. News highlights Guo Jing attended the Aquamax skincare products press conference today, and appeared brightly, revealing that she lost 8 kilograms, thanks to brisk walking after meals every day, boxing aerobic and Brazilian martial arts every week, and keeping drinking 1500 ml of water. She confidently said that the most confident part is the collarbone, and even joked that the left collarbone can hold water. Talking about the divorce of her friend Chen Yangzi, Guojing said that not disturbing is the best concern. For relationships, Guojing revealed that she has been single for 9 years, and she is open to being introduced by friends, and if she is in love, she will make it public. News highlights: Kim So-hyun recently broke out in controversy over his relationship with the late actress Kim Se-ron, especially when the two were dating. Kim Se-ryun was only 15 years old, although Kim So-hyun admitted to being in love, he denied the underage controversy. Since then, Kim So-hyun's image has been damaged, and the South Korean YouTube channel Hengzi Research Institute broke the news that a former employee of Kim So-hyun's agency accused Kim So-hyun of using actress Seo Ruichi as a shield to spread rumors about him to cover up the company's internal problems. There is also a pink cover diary about Kim Se-ryun that may reveal more secrets and attract attention. News highlights: Jianing, one of the founders of the YouTube channel Crowd, and his family members have recently been accused of tax evasion, and some people have reported to the IRS. The State Taxation Bureau of the Northern District of the Ministry of Finance said that it is inconvenient to disclose the details of the cases under investigation, and will handle them in accordance with the principle of verification in accordance with the law. This controversy has aroused concern, and some netizens pointed out that Jianing's mother registered a crowd weight trademark in her personal name in 2020, which further sparked a discussion on trademark registration issues. News highlights: the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, will launch the 114-year frozen and refrigerated shrimp products manufacturing inspection project to conduct inspections and random inspections of frozen and refrigerated shrimp products. The aim of this project is to ensure that there are no excessive additives and preservatives in the market shrimp and to prevent the problem of beauty shrimp. The Food and Drug Administration reminds consumers to pay attention to the appearance and texture of shrimp and avoid buying shrimp if they are found to be soft or black. In addition, operators are required to comply with food safety regulations and are subject to regular audits by health authorities. News highlights: Su Ziwan's ashes were buried in the Jinbasehan Rose Garden, and it rained heavily that day. Gu Junyi and the Su family said goodbye in the rain, and her ex-husband Wang Xiaofei did not show up, while his wife Ma Xiaomei, Mandy, shared photos on the community, and mentioned, "Thank you teacher for taking us a cute handicraft class, and I have my mother cooking when I go home," which was interpreted as implying that D's 2 children did not attend the funeral. The paparazzi Ge Saiki also confirmed that the child did not attend the ceremony, and expressed his disagreement. News highlights: Longhua University of Science and Technology broke out that a male student angrily attacked the teacher because he was stopped by the teacher from eating and drinking in class, and the male student pushed and slapped the teacher's face during the conflict between the two sides, causing the teacher to fall and his glasses to fly. After the video was exposed, netizens were shocked, and everyone criticized some students' behavior for being too extreme and supported the teacher's complaint. The students involved admitted the misconduct in an online message and said that the conflict did not happen for no reason. The school said that it had intervened in the handling and would convene a student reward and punishment committee to discuss the follow-up treatment. News highlights: Japanese veteran actress Yoshiko Ishida is rumored to have died of hypothyroidism on the 11th of this month at the age of 76. The brokerage has confirmed the death and published an obituary. Yoshiko Ishida made her debut as a singer in 1964 and participated in the Red and White Singing Contest 10 times, before turning to acting and co-starring with Ken Takakura in the classic movie Station. In 1987, she won the Japanese Actress Award for The Man of the House of Fire. Her last posthumous work was to participate in the films Shinji Muroa's Undefeated Man and Shinji Muroa's Surviving Man. News highlights: Costco water dispensers set the water temperature at 60 degrees, prompting one member to suggest that it should be adjusted to 70 degrees to ensure that the milk powder can be effectively sterilized and reduce the risk of baby illness. Some netizens support it, believing that 70 degrees water temperature is more in line with hygiene needs. However, there are also objections that excessive demands are unreasonable. Experts pointed out that 70 degrees of water temperature can effectively sterilize and will not significantly affect the nutrition of milk powder. It is recommended that parents use 70 degrees of water to soak milk powder and then cool it to a suitable temperature before feeding. News highlights: the Chinese Communists continued to intimidate Taiwanese with military aggression, and President Li Qiang announced that he would strengthen anti-infiltration, restore military law, and severely punish cases involving communist espionage. Subsequently, many veterans posted on the social platform Threads, openly wearing camouflage uniforms and shouting, "I am Taiwanese, I am anti-communist," expressing their determination to sacrifice for the country. Netizens also supported one after another, saying that if there is a war, they will return to the battlefield to defend Taiwan. News highlights: in Taiwan, the Chinese internet celebrity Yai was revoked by the Immigration Department for advocating military reunification and left the country within a limited time, and the society is concerned about this matter. Curator Chen Haihan mentioned in the live broadcast that more than 2 million People's Liberation Army is terrible. "We are like cockroaches, causing netizens to question him for the People's Liberation Army to intimidate Taiwanese. Some netizens thought that the director's remarks had humiliated the Taiwan military, and pointed out that he had said that he would stand on the front line to support the Taiwan army, but now he has turned to intimidate the Taiwanese people. News highlights: recently, there have been 2 pit bull bite incidents in Taipei City. In the first incident, the owner took the pit bull out, the dog jumped out of the window to attack the motorcycle rider, and the second incident happened again less than 2 weeks later, and the same pit bull bit again. Netizens pointed out 5 major suspicions, questioning that the owner did not muzzle the dog in accordance with the regulations, and did not stop the dog from opening the window to bite in time, and criticized the owner for being suspected of deliberately arsoning the dog to bite the person, which aroused the attention and indignation of a large number of netizens. News highlights today, 18th, due to the strong continental cold air mass, the Meteorological Administration issued a special report on low temperatures, and snowfall occurred in alpine areas such as Yushan and Hehuan Mountain. In the snow of Hehuan Mountain, a golden hound played happily in the snow, ran non-stop, and ate the snow on the ground, showing a super cute picture, which made people feel its happiness and innocence. News highlights: the spokesperson of the Chinese Foreign Ministry recently declared that Taiwan has never been a country, and it will never be possible in the future, to which the Chinese Foreign Ministry strongly responded, criticizing this statement as a wild fallacy, and pointed out that such a statement goes against the facts, reverses right and wrong, and ignores the will of the 23.5 million people in Taiwan. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs reiterates that the fact that Taiwan is a sovereign and independent state cannot be questioned, and that any legitimate exercise of sovereignty does not require China's interference. News highlights: a few days ago, a man bent down with a large umbrella to hide under the umbrella and steal chicken nuggets in the carriage of the Taipei MRT Bannan line, and the process of stealing was photographed and exposed by other passengers. The man obviously thought that he would not be discovered in this way, but his exaggerated behavior attracted ridicule from netizens, calling him the best example of covering his ears and stealing the bell. According to MRT statistics, there will be more than 300 cases of violating dietary rules in the carriage in 2024 in a year, and men may face fines of up to 7,500 yuan for doing so. News highlights: South Korean actress Kim Se-ron unfortunately committed suicide in February, and the aftermath has not yet subsided, and Kim So-hyun's behavior has caused shock to the outside world. Kim Se-ron was under pressure due to debt problems during his lifetime. Although Kim Se-ron's gold medalist company once said that it did not force her to repay her debts, the evidence recently exposed showed that the company found a letter of evidence in Kim Se-ron's relics, asking her to repay a debt of 700 million won, and explicitly threatened her, and even asked her to compensate for the loss of the Korean drama Queen of Tears. The letter also revealed that she had begged Kim So-hyun for mercy, saying that she could not afford to pay it back. News highlights: Dae Longstaff, a 39-year-old man from the United Kingdom, was found to have difficulty swallowing while eating a sandwich at the end of December 2024, and after a hospital examination, he was found to have terminal esophageal cancer, which had spread to the liver, and was expected to live about 12 months remaining. Despite this, Longstaff said that he would actively seek treatment in the hope of prolonging his life, and is currently experimenting with immune cell therapy and chemotherapy. In order to spend more time with their 5-year-old son, his family also launched a fundraiser on GoFundMe, hoping to raise money to send him to Germany for advanced treatment. News highlights: Jianing issued a statement on March 18, 2024, in response to the dispute with Andy. She said that the Crowdweight channel was co-founded by her and Andy, but since 2018, Zhang's mother has been in charge of the company's operation and financial management, and the two have not actually participated in it, and they have no idea about the benefits. Jianing understands and agrees that the proceeds should be distributed fairly, and will discuss follow-up countermeasures with the lawyer. She will also make a public statement as soon as possible, apologize for the social impact, and will set up a new company or studio in the future, which has nothing to do with Kunhai Company. News highlights: when a woman surnamed Zhang in Zhonghua took care of a 5-year-old boy to borrow a toilet from a goose meat shop, the boy ran in the store and accidentally fell into a hot soup pot, causing 23.5% burns all over his body. Zhang was sentenced to 3 months imprisonment for failing to fulfill her responsibilities and was required to pay $2,125,005 in compensation to the boy and $200,005 to his parents. The court held that although Zhang Nu was an informal nanny, she did not effectively supervise and was primarily responsible for the accident, and awarded the amount of compensation in consideration of the boy's injuries and the loss of his parents. News highlights: China launched a joint combat readiness patrol without warning on the 17th, twice a day for the first time in history, and increased the frequency of maritime patrols. In this regard, the Ministry of Defense dispatched F-16V, P-3C anti-submarine aircraft and warships to monitor. Gu Liqiang criticized the actions of the Communist forces for exacerbating tensions in the Taiwan Strait and called them troublemakers for stability in the Taiwan Strait. On the 18th, the Taiwan military detected 59 sorties of aircraft disturbing Taiwan, of which 43 entered China's air defense identification zone, and the Ministry of National Defense publicly responded to the surveillance footage. Gu Licheng said that the Taiwan military will go all out to prepare for a surprise attack by the Communist Army. News highlights: Longhua University of Science and Technology broke out on the 17th of the teacher-student conflict. After the student was stopped by the teacher from eating in the computer classroom, the two sides clashed. The male student kept pushing the teacher, causing the teacher's glasses to fly and sparking heated discussions. In the film, the teacher did not fight back, but silently picked up the glasses. The university said that it would convene a student reward and punishment committee to discuss the matter, and stressed that it would handle it properly and maintain campus discipline. News highlights: TSMC 2330 issued its first quarterly dividend of 4.5 yuan on the 18th, and it was filled in immediately at the opening, becoming the 18th degree of daily interest. The ex-dividend accounted for only about 0.4% of last Friday's closing price of 959 yuan. Since TSMC began its quarterly distribution in 2019, it has usually been able to fill interest quickly. It is expected that the dividend for the full year of 2024 will start from $17 and will increase steadily in the future. The company expects a cash dividend of $20 to $24 from 2025 to 2026 as revenue gains improve. News highlights: Nvidia shareholders are looking forward to CEO Jensen Huang's speech at GTC to provide an optimistic signal to support the stock rally. Huang will deliver a speech at 1 a.m. on the 19th, with a focus on Blackwell's product line, gross margins, the Chinese market and competition. Despite the recent rebound, Nvidia's share price is still down more than 9% from the beginning of the year, and the market is worried that sales growth has peaked. However, Nvidia's earnings beat expectations and the AI market is expected to grow significantly, and if the results meet expectations, the stock price is expected to continue to recover. News highlights: Berkshire continued its strong performance, with shares hitting an all-time high on Monday, with A shares up 1.8% and B shares up 1.6%. Since the beginning of this year, A shares have risen by 15.3% and B shares have risen by 15.9%, far outperforming the S&P 500 index. The S&P 500 is down 3.3% this year. Berkshire has outperformed the S&P 500 in recent years across multiple time frames. Although there have been no recent buybacks from the Treasury, its strong cash flow and profitability have attracted significant investment and become a safe haven for the market. News highlights: Jianing and Andy Seo founded Crowdweight and established Kunhai Entertainment, but the financial management was in charge of Jianing's mother, and Jianing was not directly involved. Regarding the dispute of not receiving due remuneration, Jianing expressed his understanding, and will discuss countermeasures with his lawyer, and plans to make a video to respond. At the same time, she revealed that the future Secret Moon Period Papa channel will be operated in her own name and has nothing to do with Kunhai. News highlights: Actor Kim So-hyun was recently revealed to be in a relationship with the late actress Kim Se-ryan and debt collection and other controversies, and most artists in the entertainment industry remain silent. The only one who spoke out was Lee Yi, an actor who is widely known for Ghosts and My Runaway Diary, who posted on the X platform to attract attention. She expressed her opinion on the incident in a metaphorical tone and did not directly name Kim So-hyun, but netizens thought that she was speaking up for Kim Se-ron and expressed support for Lee Yi's bravery. News highlights: After Andy and Jianing announced their breakup in October last year, Andy's family accused Jianing's family of stealing the channel he had worked so hard to run, and raised issues such as uneven profit distribution and share distribution, which won the support of netizens. Subsequently, netizens searched the Facebook of Jianing's parents and mistakenly identified a female netizen with a similar name to Jianing's mother as Jianing's mother, causing her to be harassed. The female netizen posted a clarification and said that she would reserve the right to pursue legal prosecution. News highlights: South Korean actress Kim Se-ron committed suicide in February, and her family held a press conference on the 17th to officially sue YTR Lee Jin-ho, who has bullied Kim Se-ron for a long time. The family accused Kim So-hyun of asking Kim Se-ryan to use the encrypted messaging app Telegram instead of Kakao Talk during the relationship, and linked the move to the N-room incident, saying that this behavior implied that Kim So-hyun intended to keep a way out for himself. When the family was sorting out Kim Se-ron's belongings, they found a debt repayment claim related to Kim So-hyun and revealed that there may be internal interests behind it. News highlights: Chinese actor Ding Yuxi became popular because of Eternal Night Galaxy, and recently had a staff accident when filming the new drama Southern Files. After witnessing the whole process, he rushed forward to save people without hesitation, and his actions were quick and decisive, and he successfully rescued the staff who fell into the water. Afterwards, Ding Yuxi did not interfere with the crew's follow-up processing, and showed a frightened expression. After the film was exposed, netizens praised his courage and good character, saying that this instinctive reaction showed his true kindness. News highlights: According to the latest poll released by the Taiwan Public Opinion Foundation today, 18, the support of the Democratic Progressive Party is 37.3%, the Kuomintang is 20.5%, the People's Party is 13.5%, the Power of the Times is 1.5%, the rest of the political parties are 1.9%, and the neutral voters are 25%. Compared with 2 months ago, the DPP rose by 2.2 percentage points, the KMT fell by 0.3 percentage points, and the People's Party remained unchanged, and the Power of the Times fell by 0.6 percentage points. The DPP has strengthened its centripetal force due to events such as the general recall, and the KMT, despite its alliance with the People's Party, has insufficient social support, indicating that its social foundation is not solid. News highlights KG Unming, the chief of the Democratic Progressive Party caucus, criticized the Kuomintang on the 18th and ridiculed Taichung Mayor Liu Xiaoyan for giving up the presidential election and returning to a housewife, and his remarks caused controversy. In response, Mayor Liu responded at the city council, "Mom forgive you," and left immediately. Kuomintang spokesman Li Mingswan hit back at KG Unming, saying that Liu Xiaoyan had won the title of Mother Mayor for taking care of the public, and sarcastically mocked that KG Unming should go home and sleep. Kuomintang legislator Huang Jianhao also countered with KMA, accusing KG Unming of caring about Liu Xiaoyan's career and family, and should first care about his son's drug abuse. News highlights Taiwan artists repost CCTV's Taiwan Must Return post, triggering a response from Mainland Affairs Council Chairman Chu Chui-cheng, saying that these artists use their Taiwanese status to confuse the public, and will be investigated and punished in accordance with the law, and if they have a mainland household registration, they will be forced to cancel their Taiwan identity. He stressed that the investigation and punishment of the project is mainly aimed at military and public education personnel, to ensure that they are loyal to Taiwan, not to the general public, and will fill loopholes to avoid flaws in the norms. News highlights in August 2021, when cleaning staff of the Taipei Environmental Protection Bureau, Aja asked his colleague Huang Nan to return due to the loss of his mobile phone, but Huang Nan did not pay attention to the safety of the car body, resulting in Aja being pinched, resulting in serious injuries such as a torn lung and broken ribs. Ajadi claimed 3.91 million yuan in compensation, and the court found that the cleaning work was within the scope of his duties, and ordered the Environmental Protection Bureau to pay 1.9,007,220 yuan. Huang Nan was sentenced to 20 days of detention and fined by Yike for failing to confirm that he was safe to work on the car and violating occupational safety regulations. News highlights a pitbull in Taipei City recently jumped out of a car and attacked an innocent rider, and both incidents were filmed by monitors, causing heated discussions. In fact, this pitbull has had at least 4 assaults in the past, including 2 attacks on neighbors in the same community, causing residents to dare not let their children go out. The owner admitted that many attacks in the past were handled privately and said that he would seek the assistance of animal protection organizations, and if no one took over, he might consider euthanasia. News highlights South Korean actor Kim So-hyun was recently revealed to have dated the late actress Kim Se-ron, and was exposed to public photo evidence, questioning his ignoring after love behavior, and his image was damaged. Subsequently, a former employee of Kim So-hyun's agency came forward to break the news, saying that Kim So-hyun and his cousin Lee Sharon had used actress Soo Ruizi as a shield, and revealed that Kim Se-ryan knew many important truths, and called on the family to find Kim Se-ron's pink cover diary, which may reveal more secrets. News highlights the 2024 Tokyo Wilai Science and Technology Innovation Robot Competition was staged, and the students accurately controlled the robot to throw the frisbee, and the technology amazed the audience. In 2025, the competition will usher in its 10th edition, which will continue to promote industry-academia cooperation and cultivate scientific and technological talents. In addition to providing high bonuses and subsidies, TEL also invites the champion team to visit Japan to strengthen the competitiveness of the workplace. The competition also featured popular science activities to arouse the public's interest in technology. At the same time, TEL launched the spring school recruitment, providing overseas training and preferential benefits to attract young talents who are interested in the semiconductor and robotics industries. News highlights for the first time, the National Army, PLA, conducted an immediate combat readiness exercise to confront the PLA in a large-scale joint combat readiness patrol. From the 17th to the 18th, a total of 59 sorties and 9 ships were detected, of which 43 sorties crossed the center line of the strait, and 2 Chinese communist balloons were discovered. The National Army dispatched F-16V and P-3C to monitor the PLA's Attack 2 and Wazan-10 UAVs, and closely responded with mission aircraft, ships and shore-based missiles to ensure the security of the Taiwan Strait. News highlights the cold air mass on the mainland hit the temperature plummeted, including Hehuan Mountain, Yushan, Lala Mountain and other places have become a snow-white world. Earlier Hsinchu County government announced that Xingguang Primary School in Jianxi Township, including Simacus Branch, will be closed for one day today, 18th. Parents are requested to pay attention to the weather conditions to ensure the safety of their children at home, and the latest news will be notified through the school announcement. News highlights according to the latest poll, the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, topped the list with 37.3% support, an increase of 2.2 percentage points from the previous month, followed by 20.5% for the KMT and 13.5% for the People's Party, while another 25% did not express their position. The analysis points out that the DPP is driven by the effect of the general recall, and its support has risen. Although the KMT controls the National Assembly, social support is still low, 16.8 percentage points behind the DPP, while the People's Party is flat, and the challenge is still severe. In this survey, 1,079 people were interviewed, and the sampling error was plus or minus 2.98 percentage points. News highlights liking chaired the Ocean Forum, and former Danish Prime Minister Anders Rasmussen criticized the turn of Europe-US relations under the Trump administration and questioned Taiwan's views on Trump's international policy. Director of 8 Gu Lian responded that the United States is committed to maintaining global peace, strengthening Taiwan's defense and social resilience, and supporting Taiwan's development of asymmetric combat capabilities. Former Slovenian Prime Minister Janša warned that the threat from China has intensified, and the Indo-Pacific may become the focus of new conflicts, and called on democratic countries to support Taiwan in safeguarding its sovereignty and stability in the Taiwan Strait. News highlights. According to the latest poll, 52% of the public believe that the cabinet should be reshuffled, 17.6 percentage points more than those who disagree, indicating a clear change in public opinion. Zhou Rongta's cabinet was 45% satisfied with the administration, higher than 39% dissatisfied, mainly from DPP supporters. According to the analysis of experts, the conflict between the government and the opposition has affected the evaluation of the cabinet, and the voice of the cabinet reshuffle has emerged. A total of 1,079 people were interviewed, with a sampling error of plus or minus 2.98 percentage points. News highlights. Su Shalay, the son of the owner surnamed Su and the chief operating officer of the legal vernacular literary movement with 220,000 followers, issued a statement saying that he was not the owner and had repeatedly advised his father to deal with it properly, but the attack still occurred. He apologized to the public, but netizens did not buy it, and the criticism continued, and suggested that the legal vernacular literature campaign could discuss the issue of animal protection law and owner liability. News highlights. Taiwan is affected by a strong continental cold air mass, and it will be cold in the morning and evening, and the temperature will drop further from tonight when a stronger cold air mass or cold snap moves south. The Meteorological Administration issued a special report on low temperatures for 12 counties and cities, and some areas are afraid to drop below 10 degrees, and warned that snowfall may fall in alpine areas. From Wednesday to Thursday, the temperature dropped to a minimum of 9 degrees in the early morning, with only 9 degrees in the north and Yunnan, and the temperature difference between day and night in the central and southern parts of the country. The cold air mass weakened during the day on Thursday, and the weather warmed up over the weekend, remaining sunny to cloudy, with only local rain in Huadong and Hengchun. News highlights. Andy, a YouTuber crowd wait, accused his ex-girlfriend Jianing and his family of taking away the right to operate the channel, and Jianing's company Kunhai Entertainment issued a statement on the 11th to refute it, and Andy responded through a video. Now Jianing issued a 4-point statement, emphasizing that after she and Andy founded the channel, she and Zheng Shuai established Kunhai Entertainment in 2018, the company is responsible for business operations and financial management. She and Andy only receive the same salary and bonus on a monthly basis, do not participate in the company's operation, and do not know the actual income. She said that she understands and supports the fair distribution of income, and will work with her lawyer to develop financial transparency measures. Jianing emphasized that in the future, the personal channel will be operated independently and has nothing to do with Kunhai Entertainment. News highlights. Lucky, the owner of the Pipter, attacked the motorcyclist twice in a row and claimed that the dog had accidentally touched the window switch. However, the monitor showed that during the incidents on the 6th and 17th, the windows of the car were lowered on their own, and the dog jumped out of the car and attacked the rider, and the owner did not stop it in time. The victim rider was seriously injured, and the 60-year-old rider surnamed Huang had an infected wound, which may affect his walking function. The outside world questioned whether the owner did not open the rear seat safety lock, resulting in multiple bites, and the police are still investigating whether it involved intentional dog attacks.